Hi, so as Grace Hopper is approaching, I wanted to share my experience about the event. So last year was the first time I attended Grace Hopper. Going into Grace Hopper, I was a senior in college, international student, and I had no internship experience. So I really wanted to use the conference to get a job. I know that that might not be the main goal why we should attend Grace Hopper, but to be completely honest, that was all I had in my mind. So luckily, I was able to get the tickets through my university, and things worked out for me. I got a full-time offer. So I would like to share some of the tips for people who are looking to get a full-time offer, or for people who are like international and the same boat and like they desperately want to be successful at Grace Hopper. So first thing that I did was researched which companies were sponsoring. I researched which companies were sponsoring. I went up and looked at what kind of jobs they had. So like when I approached the recruiter, I knew what qualities they were looking for and had a sense of what skills they wanted. So like, hey, I have this and I saw this job posting. Can you tell me more? Can you tell me more about it and like how I fit in that experience, right? So that was really helpful for me and for me to talk to a recruiter and highlight my skills. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of companies that are going to be there, right? So it's not possible to track down every company that's sponsoring. So I was very open to go to companies that I never heard of or didn't know about. I go went there, introduced myself, started pitching myself. Also, like because I needed sponsorship, I tried to gauge and ask the recruiter or the software engineer, do they sponsor, because that was my main aim for the conference, right? So when I approached a company, I asked them, I pitched myself, and I was like, "Hey, do you sponsor?" And if they didn't sponsor, I ended the conversation like sooner than I would have, or like because I really wanted to spend my time at places where I actually had a chance, right? So that's something I would recommend. Okay. Also, given there are 3 days to Grace Hopper, and it's a big event, and everyone the recruiter is going to be talking to like hundreds of people, so they get like saturated. So by the third day, I feel they were like really tired. They didn't want to give interviews and stuff like that. That's my personal experience again. So given it's a 3 day event and it's going to be like cumbersome for them to talk to like hundreds of people, I made sure that I had like a few companies that I wanted to go and make sure that I attended. I went there first as soon as I could, and especially I would advise to go in the first 2 days, so it's more likely that you get an interview, because by the end everyone's like saturated, right? And given like this is a conference and companies specifically are hiring for Grace Hopper, you have a better chance of getting an offer there. Okay. Okay, bring tons of resumes. So I carried a lot of resumes. Have a prepared elevator pitch. And one thing that I noticed, like it was very hard for me to stand out in my career fair at college, but at Grace Hopper, everyone had different experiences, so it gave me a better chance to sell myself, like through my personal projects, through my class projects. I was better able to explain myself, what I did, what I encountered. So I would be like um, more like you should know how to sell yourself, like be prepared that what I did in this project, what I liked, what I didn't like, right? um, so it's you have a better chance here again. So one thing I noticed was companies were interviewing on spot. Like once I was talking to a software engineer trying to gauge the company, and he started asking me data structural questions, algorithmic questions. I was like, hey, and I was like, "Ooh, he is interviewing me," and that was like scary. So I would say be prepared. If you're talking to a software engineer, they might just ask you like Java questions, algorithms, data structures, basic things, but like things you look out for. And if they ask you, it means it's kind of going good, from my personal experience, right? So be ready to interview on spot. I got a couple interviews after I got there. So basically, the companies mostly ask like grid questions, the BFS, DFS. I would say prepare that. Um, so this was like what made me get an offer. Apart from that, I would say like explore. Like in the evening after the event has is kind of over, companies had their own events, and I did attend a few. And it was nice, like it was like it helped me calm down, but I was like not stressed. Whole day I was like setting myself, so it was like, oh, it was nice just like talking to people normally. And also it was like free food, so I went there. Another thing I would say is wear business casuals, because I feel I don't know, it's just personal experience. You come off like, I feel more confident, and obviously wear comfortable shoes.